Well, a good day to you all, and you join me here in London, where I'm just going to talk about the ultra-low emission zone that is going to be entering London on the 25th of October. As you can see, that old red Mercedes behind is from the year 1991 and is not compliant in London from the 25th of October. Well, as you can see, all taxis are ULEZ compliant, like this one here. Cheers, taxi driver. So a lot of these older cars are going to have to leave London, unfortunately. And buses are compliant as well. Now this 2013 Toyota Prius is compliant as it's petrol and not diesel. So you have to find out if your car is petrol or diesel. If it's petrol from 2005 it is valid, but if it's a diesel, I think it's from 2015 onwards your car will be allowed to drive in London. So you need to check your car registration to make sure it's either a 2005 petrol or a 2015 diesel. Let me know in the comments if I'm actually wrong about the exact year here. I mean, it is still expensive to get a cab in London, but if you want to find a really cheap car, I think I have an idea of what you might like to buy. So I've actually been looking through eBay and I've been putting a few registration number plates in, and I've actually found that a Volvo C70 from 2001 to 2005 is actually ULEZ compliant. Now I thought it was to do with cars from 2005 onwards that were petrol, but it seems as though a few cars from 2001 to 2005 are actually ULEZ compliant. I've actually seen a lot more electrical charging points going up around the city, so it seems the future is in electric cars. So you could trade in your old car and get a new car. Any new petrol, diesel or electric is ULEZ compliant. Or you could catch a bus. It's only £1.55 to travel around London. As many journeys as you like in 1 hour. That's right, £1.55. That's all it costs. There you go. But for those of you that like to travel by car, well, if you've got a 2014 diesel, for example, I just spoke to a lady, she was in traffic as I was in traffic in the bus lane on my bus, and she's got a 2014 plate diesel Mercedes A-Class, and she was gutted that she found out she had to quickly sell the car. A friend of hers had a BMW 2012 model and actually sold that car for around £500, which is below the normal price of a 2012 BMW. I mean, I myself actually have two cars because I just bought my dream car recently. My other car, my Volvo Estate, I've had for 14 years and I'll probably let that go sometime in the next 12 months. I have set my cars up for auto pay, so every time I use them it will charge me £12.50 every time I use them, and I'll make sure that I won't go past midnight. If I drive past midnight, it'll actually charge me double. In other words, if I say take the car out at 11:30 at night and bring it back at 1 in the morning, I'll actually be charged £12.50 twice, even though I might have only taken the car out for an hour and a half. That is quite expensive. The car that I mentioned just earlier in the video, the Volvo C70, there are a few model of cars that are ultra low emission zone compliant. I just checked the registration number plates on eBay, cars that are for sale between 2001 and 2005, and amazingly you can actually drive those in London. So I highly recommend a Volvo C70 because they are very, very comfortable. They are stylish, unlike my hair at the moment. Need to get that sorted here, I need a bit more gel. But the Volvo C70 are very stylish, very comfortable, very powerful. I know they're not the most economical, but if you are looking for a car that's 20 years old, well 15 to 20 years old, it is running on petrol, it will be allowed to drive in London. Not central London, that's where the other central fine comes in place, so just be careful. There are two fines that you can receive in London if you do drive your car in. You've got to be careful there. I myself did drive my dream car into London middle of August and got charged double, and I wasn't set up for auto pay. I wasn't thinking straight. I drove in after 10 o'clock at night thinking it was free. I knew a few years ago it wasn't, but for some reason I just drove in and I was charged £80 twice, so I had to pay £160, and I should have known better. I've lived in London for 9 years, but I just don't know, my mind wasn't thinking. I thought basically that that it was alright after 10 o'clock at night, before 7 in the morning, but no, there is the ultra low emission zone that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can go check out a load of cars on eBay, just put the number plates in, check on the TfL website and just see if your car is ULEZ compliant. But my recommendation is a Volvo C70. Also, I've forgotten what the other car was, but the Volvo C70 is going to be high on insurance for young drivers. For someone like me, it will be absolutely fine. I think there are 2 litre 5-cylinder low pressure turbo versions and the T5, which is the 2.3 litre version, manual or automatic. But it is probably the bargain of the decade at the moment, because these cars are selling on eBay for less than £1,000. You can pick them up between £1,000, £2,000. Low mileage, full service history. Those are the cars that I recommend. And you just got to make sure that your emissions are within the compliance, otherwise you will be fined, like I did. I myself lost a passion for driving so much that I hardly drive my Volvo. I was driving it once every 3 or 4 weeks, so the reason I got my other car was because I wanted to get my passion for driving back. And I'm driving buses all the time, and you know, it was just nice to drive a nice car again. So if you're thinking I'm going to be paying £12.50 a day, I won't be. I'm only going to be driving it probably once every 5 or 6 days. So I forecast 6 to 8 times a month is approximately £75 to £100 a month for the £12.50 charges. I can afford that if I work 1 day's overtime every month. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and let me know in the comments section if you have any more questions that you'd like answered from this video. Take care everyone, have a lovely day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye for now.